Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a Divine Masculine check-in. It's been weird for me to get myself in the groove of readings lately, and the word that was coming to my mind just in general, I feel in the collective, is this state of inertia. Like we are trying to move forward and make decisions, and we're like in this perpetual state of inertia, and that's what's happening here. I pulled Two of Pentacles multiple times this morning, and then Chariot. So it's like we want to move forward, and Eight of Cups. It's all about wanting to move, but having to make decisions, having to really get in touch with what it is we want, and maybe let go of things that we thought we wanted or we wanted to work out, but they weren't. And so I'm using this singing bowl today because I'm setting an intention to protect whatever chakra is vulnerable when we're watching readings. I feel a lot of you guys, your heart chakra is cracked open a lot. For me, my sacral, I realize every time I pull cards, my sacral goes off. And it's really actually troublesome. Just like this singing bowl. Okay, so I want to pull from this Mystical Shaman Oracle to start off. That's the overall energy we need to know here. Hey, welcome to my channel, guys. If you're new, welcome. Please let me know that you're new and I'll say hello. Okay, what's the overall energy here? The Divine Masculine. Being called to put Beauty Way. I love this. And Wild Woman is on the bottom. We've got 4 and 62 here. Okay. I feel like to me, when I hear Beauty Way, it's about us really learning to focus and latch on to the positive things, whatever's happening, to be in gratitude, to find the beauty in the journey, in the struggle, in the pain, to fix our eyes on the beautiful aspects. There's always going to be aspects in life that are not savory and that are upsetting. And I was just talking to my friend about this because she's pregnant, and she was talking about, all these horrible stories of people she's heard who couldn't get pregnant. And she's a therapist, and I was just saying, I left the field. I was a therapist. I left that field because it was a lot of negativity, and there was a lot of things about it, but my point is that, even in my position, I hear so many stories of loneliness and sadness and a lot of comments, and it's hard as an empath to see all the sadness and like loss and everything around you, and to keep a positive outlook. But no matter what our situation is, we have to find something positive to latch onto. The Beauty Way invites you to create beauty in your life and to recognize the beauty inside yourself and in others. Stop to smell the roses, take a deep breath, look up at the stars, and recognize the splendor that surrounds you. See the beauty in whatever situation you find yourself in, and you will receive the lesson that life is teaching you in a kind and gentle way. Stop trying to fix relationships that you believe are broken. Recognize that things are exactly as they need to be in this moment, and acknowledge the inherent beauty in that. Yeah. And I feel with this Wild Woman, when we finally start to recognize the beauty, we're telling ourselves we deserve beautiful things. There's a quote from Eat, Pray, Love. I think I deserve something beautiful. And we liberate the part of ourselves that is fearlessly open to positive shifts, to positive things, to this wild woman in us that we know we are deep down inside, that maybe we've tried to hide, maybe we've tried to diminish, but this is like liberating ourselves to really be happy in a world that's always telling us to be sad and depressed, and to focus on lack, and to be fearful, and to feel like there's just not enough of things that we want to go around. There's fear and there's all this stuff. And I feel like we're liberating ourselves to go outside of the box, because a wild woman, you know, is sometimes seen as like a rebel. But the thing is, it's up to us what is calling our soul. We need to tap into that. We can't keep feeding into these unconscious messages from the media, from society, telling us to be sad, to feel fearful. Okay, I'm not even talking, well, you know, I'm not even going to go there, because it's just, it is what it is. I don't have a subliminal message I'm sending with that. I'm just talking about in general. And I was also being called to pull the power of surrender. So what do we need to surrender? I think we need to surrender fear and lack mentality, honestly. But I am going to get into the divine masculine here. Surrender stubbornness. This is really hard for me. I'm a Capricorn, okay? If you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This will help you communicate more lovingly with others and yourself. Beautiful, okay? So surrender that rigid energy. Surrender your desire to control people. A lot is coming up lately with this about not accepting how people are, not, you know, I think like we don't have to, we can surrender control and we can surrender stubbornness, but we can also say, you know what, these are my values and there's certain things that are very important to me. And if your values don't line up, I don't have to have you in my life, but it's either that or that. If you want someone in your life and it's more important to have them in your life, then you need to surrender that control. If it's more important for you to feel like, because we're all very different, you know, as an INFP, as a Enneagram 3 and 4, my value system and who I am is usually more important than who I surround myself with, because honoring myself is extremely important. Other people, as an extrovert, I'm sort of on the line, but I think overall, as you know, certain people, it's more important to have people in their life. And if that's your case, then you have to be flexible. You have to, you know, being over controlling can sabotage relationships. To more effectively achieve your goals, back off, regroup, and give the situation some breathing room. We have to really figure out what our values are and what makes us feel comfortable going to bed at night. And if we're doing things to sabotage what we actually want, then we're out of alignment. But if we're being rigid and controlling because it's, you know, it keeps us intact and it makes us feel better, as long as we're not imposing on others, then we're okay. I do want to pull from this animal affirmations. I know I'm kind of going on a tangent, guys, but a lot of these readings, you know, turn into feminine readings. We've got koala, penguin, and dragonfly. Koala is very cuddly. I just thought of Libra because koalas are kind of like attached and relationship oriented. Not a relationship oriented, but have that kind of attached energy, which I see as Libras. I am rare, I am cute, I am lovable, I have healthy relationships and attachments. Okay. I trust my spirit team, I am resilient, I am transformational. Dragonfly. And penguin, I am loyal, I am loving, I vocalize my needs, I honor my needs and wants, and I am healthy. So, you know, I feel like a lot of this is about boundaries and about what we tolerate, but also being flexible. You know, it's a really fine line here that we're sifting through. And this is currently what's been coming up a lot in my life. Let me know, guys, if you feel like these things resonate with you currently. Okay. We are going to get into the masculine after all that. Okay. So what is going on? I wasn't really, do I want this tarot deck? No, I guess I'll take it. Okay, where's the masculine at right now? I feel what we're going through as feminines is where the masculine's at. They're dealing with a lot of control issues. Yep, I got 6 of Cups twice already today, and I got 8 of Cups. So I feel the masculine's trying to leave behind the past, but they're getting very emotionally unhinged over it. We have King of Cups reverse, Queen of Wands. I feel a lot of masculines feel like the feminine has sort of like surpassed them, like she's just come into her own, she's untouchable, she's unreachable, she's confident, she's not going to tolerate the version of the masculine was before. And I do feel this triggers this controlling kind of energy within the masculine, which is what I'm talking about, is control, that they want to take that away from her because they always thought they got a lot of their confidence from knowing that the feminine was sort of like their bitch, okay? She's not, she's a bitch, maybe, but she's not their bitch anymore. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, with the feminine. But I feel they're looking back on the past and they're realizing that the feminine has walked away from that old version of who she was with them. And I feel like they're starting to look back at the past and they're starting to think, was I even right about this feminine? I mean, I pegged her as this, and now that she's not playing that role and I'm still actually dealing with all the issues I projected on her, maybe it wasn't her, maybe it was me. And they're doing a lot of reflecting about the past. They do feel like the feminine has turned her back on the situation, and they're trying, even if they're not bold enough to come forward with a like, reach out, come on girl, reach out for me, reach out for me, reach out to me, I'll be there with a love that'll shelter you. Why did that song just come through? I think because they're doing everything they can to try to get the feminine's attention without actually doing what they need to do. And the feminine is just not in that space. And I think they counted on the fact that the feminine would always be in that space. Just so random. I meant to bring this up. I had a dream last night that I was taking a test, and like, it was so weird. I was like sitting next to someone and she was like, we had all the answers to the test. It was one of those, like, as long as you had the papers, you could, it wasn't cheating because the teacher was walking around, and but we had the answers. But the hard part of the test wasn't the actual answers, it was the time. It was, we were being like timed, right? That's like a lot of tests growing up. And I'm saying it out loud because I'm realizing the hard part wasn't that the masculine was never going to get the answers. It was that they didn't get the answers in the right time. They didn't have the time they needed. They were being rushed to make a decision, or they felt like they were, and they didn't have the answers at that time. And so it was like, you either answer the question without looking through the cheat sheet you have, taking a chance, or you just take the time and then maybe you don't finish the test. So anyways, I don't know. I feel like that's kind of symbolic. And then I had to go pee, and then I was in an elementary school with a bunch of kids wanting to use the bathroom. It was so weird, but you know, we all have weird dreams. But yeah, and we've got Page of Cups, which is Pisces energy, and Judgment reverse. They were too immature at that time, and they were like, this is actually such a cute Page of Cups. He's got the cup with all the paint. I think, you know, at the time, the masculine, we have the King of Cups reversed now. It's one extreme to the other. So at the time they were first involved with the feminine, they were just like a child, right? And they just wanted to play, and they were just kind of reckless with the situation, and they made bad judgment calls. And now they're being forced to face the music here, but they feel like it's too late, of course. And it's like they went from Page of Cups to King of Cups reverse, which is like they matured their emotions. They have this cup of emotion, but now they have nobody to give it to because the feminine has moved on. Okay, this is Divine Masculine Journey to Sit. I've been very loopy lately, so when I do readings, I'm kind of like checking out. It's very weird. Yeah, it's been a weird time. We've got Tower moment, crashing down. It all comes crashing down. And I miss you, craving you. I want to see you again. I feel like they've had like dreams where it just all of a sudden hits them, or moments, or things, or people say the feminine's name, or people bring up the feminine. And it's like this thorn in their side that they thought if the feminine just left them alone, it would go away, but it never goes away. And it's like, it's just constantly this feeling of their reality crashing down on them. And it's not just about missing the feminine romantically. It's about the realization that a lot of the things they said and projected were their own stuff, and the feminine was just like literally a blank canvas to where they splattered all their issues on. But now that they don't have that canvas, like, where do they paint? Where do they put their aggression out on? Where do they, you know, whatever? Because the feminine is strong now. She's not really taking their shit anymore. And it's so crazy because they never even, they did so little. And you guys might think I'm angry. I was thinking about it this morning. It's actually an interesting place because now when I do divine masculine readings, I have to have like no selfish motive, because I don't really care to, like, I'm not like, oh, what are they thinking? I used to pull cards and I really wanted to know, like, where was my masculine at? And like, there was sort of not a selfish element to it, but a self-involved element to it. And now I'm literally just a messenger. So I'm not really angry. I'm just speaking from what's coming to me. But my point was that the masculine didn't even have to reach out to have a punching bag. It was like the feminine was like, here I am, punch me all you want. And now, like, maybe she still is a punching bag, but she's no longer showing up to invite the masculine to punch her. So the masculine is sort of a spoiled little entitled person, because I feel like they just got it all. They didn't even have to seek out like someone to abuse. This person was like a dog, a puppy dog, the feminine, just wanting love, wanting to be abused, and she's no longer there. I remember every detail of that day. I'm telling you, they're super nostalgic, super focused on the past here. As the feminine starts to like lose her memory, I feel the masculine memory's heightening. I hope that you can forgive me one day. You know, you guys could have had moments where you were looking at your masculine and there was like that pivotal moment where you could have moved forward, or they could have said something positive, or they could have made things right. And instead they took the situation to a negative place. And I feel like they remember that, and they have a lot of pain about that. I feel like that's also this King of Cups reverses. They don't know how to deal with the pain of what they put the feminine through. And it's kind of a narcissistic thing, because I think they also exaggerate their importance in the feminine's life at this point, because they're focused on it, but the feminine's got other things. Now, the masculine did force the feminine on this journey of pain, but unfortunately, the feminine's life doesn't revolve around the masculine. If your life revolves around your masculine, you're probably not a divine feminine, because there's going to be so many other things that are happening to get your attention away, because this is a spiritual path. It's not just a romantic thing, okay? We've got milk and honey. This is nice. This is like a nurturing energy. Fork in the road. This is exactly the energy I was getting this morning. I did a TikTok reading, and I think I even wrote fork in the road. A lot of us feel that we are at that point. The masculine feels like that. I want to look up what it says, milk and honey. But this is 51 and 13. Okay, so we're at this point where we have to decide which way we're going. The milk and honey has an elephant, and it's like mama's milk. It's like that nurturing energy. See, it's page 191. The taste of prosperity, opportunities born of authenticity, nurturing abundance, trusting that your needs will be met. That's exactly what I was talking about, guys, in the beginning of this reading. So there's a lot of fear in the collective right now. And if you guys are in fear, your masculine's definitely in fear, and that's what we have to address. And there's only one authentic you. This version of yourself is spirit's emissary in the world. When you're in alignment with the truth that you are a unique expression of the divine, your ego can rest and your soul can illuminate your purpose. That's what I was talking about with Wild Woman. Sensuality, connection, and passionate romance between lovers, sweet moments of understanding, and love among friends and family are all here for you to savor now. I do feel what happened too is that when you had these like really amazing romantic, sensual, connective moments with the masculine, and it was short-lived, and it was taken away from you, it heightened that feeling of loss and that feeling of, I can't have what I want. I can't have the joy and I think that that's a very strong thing in the collective, with a lot of feminines, where they've experienced a lot of loss in their life, and then they find someone that makes it feel like it's all going to be better, and then that's taken away from them, and it convinces them that they're never going to have what they want or what they need. And I don't really have an answer to that, guys, because I get that. And I do think that a lot of, I hate to say it because I've been in this situation too, we sort of create that like loss through our fear, through our mindset that we can't have it. So the only power we have in this world, only power we have, is changing our mindset and telling ourselves daily, like, I deserve good things, I deserve sweet things, I deserve the love and romance that I want, I deserve to feel secure in my relationships, I deserve to know that when I'm happy, it's not going to be taken away from me, and that I don't have to worry, I don't have to latch on, I don't have to fear like the koala holding on to the tree. That's a natural thing, but I'm saying that's symbolic of humans, attaching to something because they're afraid. And once we let go of that fear and we realize this fork in the road is this fork, and how are we going to choose to look at our life? Are we going to look at the beauty, or are we going to look at the loss? And are we going to also surrender the control, and know that if something was taken away from us, it was actually for our greater good, and it was actually to make room and create more beauty in our life, and to let go of our idea of what beauty is and allow the beauty that's making its way into our consciousness, okay? So that is my reading, guys. And if you guys can do that, I feel like the masculine can do that. And we can all raise our collective consciousness, which is, my point the other day, where I don't really like to talk about politics, but if we're creating our own, if we're putting out this mentality that we're trying to be controlled by the government and the government's trying to control us, and we're then making alternate websites because we're convinced that YouTube is going to go down, we are creating that reality. Nobody said anything about that. And you're putting that idea, because spirituality, I don't know, like I just had this whole conversation. It's not, I don't know why people feel like it's going to be so targeted, but whatever your fear is, that is where you need to look at, is the fear, not the actual thing that you fear. The fear is what has the hold on you. All right, so thank you guys for tuning in. This is your Divine Masculine reading. I hope it resonated with you. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.